just thinking today, I made a few posts on Twitter and Instagram about that talk is cheap and free in Hollywood. And over the many, many years I've been doing this, I've experienced it too many times, a lot less in the recent times, because it's just not, I don't accept that way of dealing with those type of people, meaning producers who want you to work for free. Recent story is I have a friend who's a fantastic writer. He's a filmmaker. I don't think he's ever sold anything, but we always exchange screenplays, and he's an excellent writer. There's no reason why he shouldn't be working. But he recently told me, he said, yeah, I have a producer is really interested in my script. And I went, great. What's he going to do with it? He said, well, he wants to go out and see if he can, get financing and blah, blah, blah. And I said, oh, so he optioned it. And my friend said, well, no. I was like, excuse me? He said, no, he's just, I'm allowing him to take it out. I said, oh, so you're basically tying up your script to, my gosh, it sounds like something's going on here. You're basically allowing this producer to tie up your screenplay for an indefinite period of time. I said he has to at least option it for some type of money. I mean, an agreed amount, because you're taking that script off the market and, exclusively giving it to the producer, for free, which I guess is okay if you're not intending to do anything else with the script, but it's not appropriate, in my opinion, and it's not professional. And so I was quite shocked, because this is a person who knows better. I was just surprised that I said, he didn't even offer to option it, for 6 months for a little bit of money. I mean, I'm not trying to strong arm the producer, but anyway, my point is that talk and interest are free and cheap. How many times have you had, a producer interested, or this company's really interested, and they just string you along? Rich, welcome. And the company just strings you along, and you do another rewrite, and they say, well, Rich, I bet you're not getting much sleep. Maybe 4 hours a night. Congrats again, my friend, on your new production, as we say. So anyway, I was saying to my friend, why didn't this producer option your script if he's taking it out and looking for money? And I said, and what has he done before? Has he done a lot of movies? And he said, well, not really. So I'm like wondering, I was like, dude, you know better than that. I mean, what's going on? Are you desperate? Because things languish. I've been in that situation before where a producer or a company, this is years ago, shows a little interest, they give you a little bait, and then they reel it in, and then you do a rewrite, and and keep you on the hook until you do another draft. They get all this free work, and then suddenly they're not interested anymore, and you're left holding the bag with a script that's already been out there, has been read, and basically is, I don't want to say ruined, but pretty much you haven't been in control of where it's been read, because you've trusted this production company or this producer to have your best interest in mind. So money makes it real. I'm not talking about $10,000, $50,000, whatever. Options can be as little as $500. It depends on what you decide. Usually they're 10% of an overall purchase price. And in the option agreement, you'll have a purchase agreement. So when the option runs out, or within the option, they can execute the purchase of the script, meaning they're going to hopefully move forward. But your time is important. You don't get it back. On your deathbed, you're going to sit there and go, I wish I had those extra days that I wasted back. You don't want regrets. Don't regret the fact that you're being used. And the only way that you aren't being used is for you to say, I refuse to be used. And it's fearful, yes. You walk away from something. You say, well, maybe, no. it shows strength, and more times than not, they're going to come after you. If they really, truly love your material, they'll come after you and offer you even an option agreement. At least some money is exchanged. We have a contract, and it's set in stone about it's for 6 months, X, Y, and Z. My responsibility, your responsibility as the producer. We understand where it doesn't go, and a year later, you're not getting your phone calls returned, and the producer is juggling other things, and has personal issues, and suddenly you've wasted your time, and you can't send that script out while that producer has it. No producer wants to compete in the business and learn that, well, wait a minute, I went to this financer and they had already passed on this thing. It makes them look bad. So that's why you need a contract. That's why they should give you a contract. And then do your research, your due diligence. Producer starts, giving you a big story about themselves. Check them out. IMDb or IMDb Pro. Look on the internet. See if they have done movies. I recently turned down a film for various reasons, but I saw that the producer had only 1 or 2 credits, and the offer was not great, and so I hedged my bet with my past experiences, and I thought, you know what? I've been through that road before, where a producer doesn't have the ability to make a film in a specific amount of time, and so you're waiting for the script to be produced so you can get your bonus, and it takes years. It's not something that I was particularly interested in. So you have to look out for yourself, always, always, always. And we have more sirens. It's like, oh. So that's my rant for today. Anybody working on pages today? Like I said, I'm working on a 1-page pitch for a producer. Going to send 2 ideas. We just worked together in December with a film that he produced that I wrote, and so God willing, we'll hit it again at least once this year with another movie. So anyway, I say thanks for watching. As always, if you haven't yet, check out the new book, Screenwriter's Journey to Success, Tips, Tricks, and Tactics to Survive as a Working Screenwriter in Hollywood. 310 pages. Took me a number of years to write this tome, and now it's available on Amazon. And it's something that you can go back to as you chart your own course and success. And, a book of reference to go back to about survival tactics, how to take pitch meetings and other meetings, how to find representation, how to deal with contracts, and how to focus on your career in the bigger picture, keeping that in mind. Also on the biz, the film business, the art and craft of screenwriting, and the screenplay itself, and doing the work. What's the turnaround time on a consultation with my company? Right now I'm doing a consulting job, and usually it's about a week. Got the holiday coming up, so probably after Memorial Day it would be maybe a week. Turnaround. Not too much more longer than that. So I hope everybody's writing, working. Again, those who just joined, you can watch the replay. Hello, replay viewers. I was talking about a good friend of mine who's very experienced in writing, hasn't sold anything, but I was shocked to learn that he is giving a producer a free ride with his script to go out and try to find money and produce it. And apparently the producer doesn't have a tremendous amount of experience, so that starts to, weigh the options. Starts to lower the options of saying, well, and if he was a big producer, why is he offering to take the script for free? You know what I mean? It's all relative. Things that don't sound quite right usually are not. and the town has many people who want you to work for free. And I say, don't, because it's a sign of an amateur. And if they're acting as a professional, they won't even offer that to you. They will say, well, I really, really love your project. You know, I want to option it for X amount of dollars for X amount of time. And it's a very simple agreement you can draft. Hopefully you have a lawyer. And then you move on, and you know the responsibilities on each side, rather than, like I said, I've been the victim when I first started of excited. I'm excited that so-and-so read it, and they, and then they reel in the bait, and you do another draft, and they say, oh, we met with these people, and, they just, if you only did another draft, and you go, okay, and then you spend your time, is this good enough? They go, yeah, thank you. And then they get busy and other things, and then 6 months go by, and your script is languished. And what about all the places that could have made your movie, potentially, are missed because you've held it and given it to someone, which is fine, as long as money's involved and you get paid for your time and your work. So no free work either. Under that option agreement, hopefully you will be doing the rewrites and, getting paid for those. It's not, or maybe they don't want you to rewrite it. Maybe they think it's great. My point in ramble being today is that no free work. If someone is serious enough, then and professional enough, that won't be a possibility. And I'm saying that it could be $500, it could be $5,000, whatever the option is that you agree to for the specific amount of time. Usually 6 months is a good enough amount of time. I've only had one option in the past. Luckily, everything I sold to spec, and everything's been assignment work. But